times over at this point. Now up to 4 candidates. Greg Olsen is also going to be interviewed for the offensive coordinator position. But in today's episode, we're going to talk about why we haven't heard very much from the defensive coordinator position yet, and the fact that a lot of mock drafts and NFL insiders believe that the Bears will select Caleb Williams with the #1 overall pick. We're going to talk about all and more right after this.
Are now tuned in to Chicago Bears Central, your #1 place for all Chicago Bears news and content.
What's going on, Bears fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bears Central, your #1 spot for everything Chicago Bears related. I'm the host here, Haize, joined by my co-host C-Dub and Bobby in the building. It's Sunday. Even though the Bears don't play, we still got that live streaming content for you because nobody doesn't like Chicago Bears Central. It just is what it is, man. But with that said, fellas, man, breaking just a little bit before we started recording today. It wasn't initially on the docket, but we got to talk about it. The Bears will now also interview Greg Olsen for the offensive coordinator position. How do you guys feel about that?
I feel it's good. The more candidates, the better. You gotta weed them all out and find the best person suited for this football team. He is a QB specialist. That's what they call him. Most of the media out there. But we've heard this before. Do your due diligence and find out if this guy's the right guy for the job. That's it. It's just another candidate.
Yeah, this guy comes in with a lot of experience. I believe he's 60 years old, been coaching, and was actually with the Bears way back in the early 2000s. Had some stints with Detroit and some other teams like that, and with Seattle over there with Shane Waldron this past season. So, look, I ain't mad at it. I'm kind of on the side of what C-Dub said. Hey, do your due diligence. Continue to look at the candidates. I believe that it should. At least from looking at the process, I think they might have a few more candidates that they're looking at, and then they should just be done with it and then figure out who the hell is going to be your offensive coordinator. Let's get it rolling and let's get it solved. But hey, it is what it is. Keep doing what they're doing. Look at these prospects and figure it out. So,
fair enough. I mean, at the end of the day, when it comes down to the offensive coordinator position, like I said many times before, they're going to interview a shit ton of people. I said it on the show. I can't remember which episode, that expect them to interview about 8 to 10 people. Yeah. That doesn't mean that everybody has the equal chance to get the job, but they're going to do their due diligence. They're going to bring in everybody. They're going to give everybody opportunity to give their spill and make their case for what they can do with this offense or not. And that's what you should do when you have a position that is and that's, we'll talk about the DC position here in a second, but like, I think we all agree the offensive coordinator is the biggest need and biggest thing right now for the Chicago Bears to get together. They got to get that offensive coordinator, and you've held on to Matt Eberflus as your head coach. You got to get an offensive coordinator that's going to come in here and be able to develop this offense. You just have to.
Absolutely. That is right on target. And also, I would add, don't we have that rule where you have to interview at least some minorities? When is that going to come into focus? Is that the rule for only head coaches? That for the
I think that's just for head coaches. I'm not sure. I could be wrong there. Yeah, I'm not saying.
Yeah, and actually leading on to that, I was gonna say all the news we heard about Eric Bieniemy. Why is Eric Bieniemy not being interviewed? But I'm just happy. There's not been a candidate that has been put out there, so I was like, absolutely hell no. All of them being quality, candidates. And let's keep it going. But I do got that question on why Eric Bieniemy hasn't been interviewed. I know I got my reservations personally, but as the football minds that get paid to do this, I really wonder why he hasn't been interviewed yet. So it's just something.
Could also be that maybe. Do you think that there's a chance? And I know usually when a new head coach is brought in, the staff completely changes. But with Eric Bieniemy, maybe they're thinking that they're going to be able to hold on to him from OC. Maybe they've had that conversation with, because the fact that he hasn't interviewed for shit yet is crazy. Because as many jobs that are open, you haven't heard Eric Bieniemy's name really out there for anything right now.
Yeah, we heard it all before the season ended, but you're right. What you say, C-Dub?
Maybe he's tired of going horizontal with his career. He maybe it's just time for him to be head coach, or he gonna stay offensive coordinator wherever he at. He been through this bullshit every offseason of him trying to be a head coach, and he steady end up being the offensive coordinator. Maybe he's just tired of being the OC and he just waiting for that head coaching job. Maybe that's the reason.
Maybe. Could be.
Yeah. I mean, that's a good point as well. I mean, he also was the associate head coach of the Commanders. So at this point, it may just be, it has to look up. So if I'm
Yeah.
not getting a head coaching position, I'm not interested in.
For sure. That makes sense.
So and it may go to too. This is something a lot of people haven't talked about. Eric Bieniemy, as much as he's been in the NFL for years, and don't get me wrong, there's a complete possibility that he's going to have to take a coaching head coach position first before he gets one in the NFL. Just think about that.
It may be the point. I don't understand why it's taking this guy so long to get a head coaching job. Nephew definitely gave me a way that some of these organizations are thinking about being enemy, but it's tough. Peace out to him. I hope the best for him.
Yeah, and last point on EB, I think that his value has shown itself, especially when you look at the Kansas City Chiefs this season, but it kind of don't help how they look last night. Matt Nagy looked like he was all right. but it was cold as shit too.
Yeah, well, it could help with Miami just
right.
The fuck they ain't want to be there. Miami ain't want to play.
Hey,
yeah, between that and the Houston Rockets putting that thing on the Cleveland Browns, man, this is a wake up call for some people.
Yeah, bro.
Yes, bro.
It's like y'all really thought y'all had a chance, huh? Yeah, no, they ain't happening.
If that kid go into Baltimore and beat that team,
CJ
watch
Stroud?
out. Yes.
Okay, let me ask you guys this. I know we're here and we're going to talk about the DC here in a second, but do you think that missing out on CJ Stroud and what he's become puts even more pressure on the Chicago Bears and Ryan Poles as far as to consider taking the court? We all are Justin guys here, right?
Yes.
But you got to look at it. You passed up the chance to take a rookie quarterback that has now led his team to not only the playoffs, but a playoff victory in his rookie year. Do you think that with Justin, and we know that Justin still has a lot of development to do, but do you think that puts more pressure on this front office to make sure that they got to be damn sure? They have to be damn sure.
In a sense, I'm gonna have to be honest and say just a little bit. But when you look at it in hindsight, this was what was he picked 7th? He was picked 7th. We was up in a draft. We didn't have him on our board. Most teams didn't have him on their board as this type of a player. And so in most seasons, you're gonna have a surprise player like this, bro.
I'm gonna say that there is pressure that they have to get it right, but I also want to throw out there to the viewers that's listening right now. Yesterday is a prime example of why everyone that comes on Chicago Bears Central always tells y'all coaching matters. What was the game plan when Luke Getsy went up against the Browns? This idiot ran everything up the gut against a solid defensive line. What did they do yesterday? We gonna go play action to the left. We gonna have a solid tight end leak out on the right, and we gonna stretch this thing out. This defense ain't gonna know what's gonna hit them. They was maneuvering and manipulating the offensive game plan the entire night. Coaching matters. I also want to include that as well. And CJ Stroud, he executed the game plan, but when you can set it up and make it easy, you look like that. When you make it hard and run up the gut, you look like a team that lose the game. So
he was throwing dots as well, nephew. CJ was throwing some
dots.
Oh
yeah. Listen. Where he was placing the ball for his wide receivers.
Yes.
I mean, there were a couple of times where literally if his wide receivers just would have been a little bit quicker, he could have had 2 more touchdowns easily.
Oh yeah.
Easily.
Oh yeah,
so,
easily.
And like I said, at the end of the day, I know that CJ Stroud would not have had that season here under Luke Getsy. It would not have happened. It wouldn't have happened. I don't care what nobody says. It wouldn't have happened. But I will say this. It definitely is a different feeling when you don't have questions about your quarterback. And that is what it comes down to with this team. Like I love Justin. I think that if you get Justin a better offensive coordinator, you get him another weapon and shore up that offensive line, we're going to see Justin take off. But it's just it's different when that quarterback question isn't the question that you have to ask yourself anymore.
Facts, because I would say that if you look at CJ Stroud release yesterday, I would say it's more pressure on Ryan Poles. Simply because if you put all the hate aside, Bears fans, Caleb Williams, he has a fast release, bro. He has one. If Ryan Poles loved what he saw yesterday, the pressure is on for sure.
Facts. So we had to talk about that, but let's get into the kind of the design topics for today. So we've heard a lot about the offensive coordinator. Outside of speculation, rumors, lists like I made here on some of the best defensive coordinator options, we have not really heard anything. As far as I know, we haven't had an interview scheduled or anybody placed on the list for interviews for the defensive coordinator position. I have 2 questions on it, but we're just going to start with this first general one there. Why do you think we haven't heard much about the defensive coordinator position yet for the Bears?
And I'll just boil that down to uncertainty
Mm.
of the operations of the job when you become the offensive coordinator with the Chicago Bears. Most offensive coordinators want to be the ones calling the plays and making a difference in the game. I'm not sure if we hire. Oh, you talking about the defensive coordinator,
Defense.
Defense
correct?
coordinator, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm not sure if the defensive coordinator that we hire will come in and call the plays, i.e., look at the success that Matt Eberflus had this offseason. So if we're looking for a big name defensive coordinator, why would they come over here if they're not going to be calling the plays and stuff like that? I'm not sure if the Bears are going to continue with Matt Eberflus calling the plays, but once it goes sour, oh, we're going to be saying, get Matt Eberflus back to calling the plays because he got this to a top 5 defense in the last part of the season. So
Well,
I think
I
that
and
could
I
be a
agree.
reason.
And I agree with you. I think I was going to push back and say, well, I mean, you let a rookie coordinator and Alan Williams call the plays. There's a reason to believe that the new defensive coordinator is going to call plays too. But you brought up a point that I wasn't going to bring up. That whoever you do hire as defensive coordinator, are they going to have in the back of their heads, let me have a couple of bad play calling games back to back, and Eve's going to take it over again? And that is something that you got to think about if you're going to take that position. Bobby, what do you think?
I think that they just taking their time with this. Me personally, I'd rather them focus on one thing at a time so you can make sure that you absolutely get it right this time. So I want them to go ahead to look at the offensive coordinator who's going to have to come in here and, kind of readjust the scheme a bit. And then when you look at the defensive side of the ball, the scheme is, I
Hold
believe,
on,
is
pause. Hold on,
already
hold
in
on, hold
place.
on, hold on, hold on, hold on. See, this is what we're not going to do. You ain't going to disrespect us coming up here. Your fucking name is Calamity J. First of all, we just gave that man CJ Stroud nothing but absolute praise. This isn't Tape Never Lies. This isn't the Ghost of Judah. We will flame your bitch ass here. So if you're going to
Oh
get
no.
disrespectful, best believe the disrespect can go both ways. So can you, for a second, take your bitch ass pants off and get yourself some man draws on before we fucking pull them down on you, you bitch ass nigga? Watch yourself, bro. Watch yourself. Now, go ahead, Bobby. Finish your point.
Yeah, then I was just gonna say I believe that the defensive scheme is pretty much set already. And me personally, I wouldn't be surprised if someone internally is promoted just to kind of hold that position, and Eberflus still kind of holds the operation in his own because he's seen what he was able to do to call plays. We'll see.
And see, that's why I don't know that the second part. I'm gonna listen to the second part of your question because I wanted to add on that, but that might go into the second part. Go ahead, Drip.
Well, the second part of the question that I was going to ask is like, do you think when you look at this, because of the Matt Eberflus kind of being there and guiding the defense, do you think that this is a desirable job by other defensive big name defensive coordinators? Do you think we may see, because Eberflus is likely to call the plays again, do you think we may see another kind of inexperienced defensive coordinator come in here rather than that?
I'm looking more to the inexperienced first time coordinator or a couple years in this game as a coordinator or not even a coordinator. You know what I'm saying? So
Hold on, I got to
I
get
guess
somebody else. First of
yeah.
all, this is Chicago Bears Central, not Chicago Bears exclusive. We are students of the game of football. We're going to talk about all football. So if you got a problem with it, you can take your bitch ass to somebody who only talks about the Bears. If you got a problem with that, blessings to you. You can bless your mama and go the fuck back home. How about that? I ain't got time for you motherfuckers today, bro. The season's over with. I ain't got time for you motherfuckers. So keep
Y'all
fucking
start
around. You
fucking
gonna fuck
with
around and
Drip.
find out on this stream.
They ass, bro.
Keep it going, bro.
Hey, I just think it's a undesirable destination for many experienced defensive coordinators right now. They been in this league for a long time, and this situation is not new to the NFL. So they've seen this situation and they know what type of pressure and what type of job I'm gonna say qualifications. That might be the wrong comment to fit in there, but what they're gonna be able to do when they land this job. So I don't think it's a very desirable job at all, the defensive coordinator position with the Bears.
Yeah, I can see that for both coordinator positions, to be honest with you, because if Matt Eberflus only got a year left, you mean I got to move again
That's a good
as
point.
an offensive coordinator and a defensive coordinator? So when I'm talking to the Bears, I need assurance I'm gonna be here for 2, 3, 4 more years versus is Matt Eberflus on the hot seat? I want to know. Like,
That's a great perspective.
you got to
Yes.
view that stuff, especially that's why I think that though those offensive coordinator positions have came up, those guys still got to make decisions not only for themselves but their families as well. And the same thing can be said about the defensive coordinator.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. It's gonna
I
be tough to feel that. Go ahead. Go ahead, Drip.
no, I mean that's another great point and great wrinkle in all this. Like for any coordinator who accepts the position, because we know once your head coach is gone, that typically means your coordinators are gone too. So you got to ask yourself, like, if people are looking at us and saying, "Hey, Matt Eberflus may be a lame duck head coach. Why take the
Yeah.
job too?"
Yeah, bro. Yeah, that's why I'm gonna come over here and work with the Bears for 1 year or maybe even 6 games or something like
Yeah,
that, half the
yeah,
season. Who
Yeah,
knows what's gonna happen? So it's gonna be tough.
yeah. I mean, but
yeah.
the lame duck coach thing could be something that's viewed by some, but not by all, in a sense. Because if I'm a guy and I was looking at the job and I'm like, damn, Montez Sweat just got there. He wants to play
Mm,
for Eberflus. Jalen
yeah.
Johnson wants to play for him. These guys want to play for him. Some coach might be able to like, yeah, I like what this guy cooking up. Let me go use my expertise so I can add to it. It can go either way.
Oh,
Yeah,
the
I mean,
talent is top notch. I want to nobody get confused on
the
that.
talent should
The
make it
talent
desirable,
is
but
top.
yeah,
Yes, yes.
but
Go
you
Mhm.
ahead,
gotta
Drip.
you gotta ask yourself for the security of your job, right? Especially you got to look at these coordinators. You're moving your family to Chicago. You
Right.
and so if you're worried that you come in and 6 to 8 months later your head coach is gone and your position is like, we'll see if the next guy wants to keep you. That's a dangerous proposition to be made for people. So and even though Ryan Poles gave his vote of confidence to Matt Eberflus, me just personally looking at the whole totality of the situation, I got to look at it and say, you guys took 2 days to debate if you were going to keep him as your head coach. That doesn't sound like you're too 100% sure. So,
Yeah.
Unless they already knew. Unless they
yeah,
really already knew and they just gave
exactly.
us the smoke
Yeah.
screen.
Yeah, that could be a possibility. They could have been in there that 2 days, like, yeah, we keep it Flus. Everybody in agreement. Cool. Cool. Order lunch. We'll have lunch in here the next couple of
Right.
days.
The jury is deliberating right now.
Exactly.
Yay or
We
nay.
done. We done. We
A
done.
quick catch. Y'all think is Ryan Poles gonna take input from Eberflus? Is he gonna take his suggestions in consideration this time, knowing how bad he did when he got Allen Williams? Well, for both coordinator spots, Allen Williams and Lou Getsy.
I think you're gonna have him give him more guidance because he was a rookie head coach, and like I said before, bunch like when you're rookie at your job and he's only looking at it from the position of being a coordinator before himself. I'm sure he saw some stuff in Getsy and Allen Williams. It was like, those are the guys I want to rock with. You also don't want to maybe have veterans there that maybe have a louder voice than you in the locker room when it's
Oh,
all
'cause
said
then
and
that could
done.
turn ugly, yeah.
Yeah,
Boy,
and so I
that's
think
some
at this
soft
point,
ass shit
I
too.
mean, listen, bro, we
But
live in
we know we've seen it
2010.
happen plenty
We
of
live in
times.
the era of softness. That's all I can say with that.
Yeah.
Don't
But
even get me started.
but now you may have to. Ryan Poles and Kevin Warren are gonna. I don't think Matt Eberflus is gonna get the end all be all say when it comes down to his coordinators. Ryan Poles and
I,
Kevin Warren are going to be part of that decision making as well.
I can hear them Ryan Poles right now. Like, Eberflus, you want who? Oh, who you? Okay, we'll think about it. Put it at the bottom of the deck.
But I really think you should look at this guy. And Matt Eberflus gonna be like, but I like I really think you should look at this guy.
Right? You got to stop him right there. Like, come on, bro. For real.
Oh
my
man, that's
goodness.
crazy, man.
Yeah.
Anything on that, Bobby, before we move into the next topic, brother?
Oh no, we can keep chugging.
All right, man. So most mocks and NFL insiders have the Bears right now selecting Caleb Williams #1 overall. Now, you always got to take this with a grain of salt because, like I said, most people who make mocks, most of these outlets, they're not really looking at the situation that goes on hand in hand with every team. I think everybody is looking at the Justin Fields situation and know that plays a part. But then NFL insiders, to me, we live in an era now where the people who have the degrees, right, the journalism degrees, are searching for clicks more than what people like us who do this shit at home are looking for. So you got to take that with a grain of salt too. But how do you guys feel right now about the potential of Caleb Williams end up being that #1 pick for the Chicago Bears?
There is a chance of him being the #1 pick for the Chicago Bears. There is a chance. But when you think about the word mock, it means to tease or laugh at a scornful manner or not authentic or real. So it's actually just a troll when you think about it. So nobody even has the slightest idea who's going in #1. Everybody thought Jalen Carter was going to be a Chicago Bear. It was on all the mock draft boards everywhere.
Not mine.
And shout out to Bobby. He was the first one that had it exactly right, bro. You got to give Bobby. Yeah, we gonna give our boy his flowers, bro. Bobby
my
called that
nephew
shit
his
at a
chops.
time. At a time where I don't even remember who me and Dub had on our mocks. Bobby was like, "Hey, this Darnell Wright kid, I'm telling y'all."
Yeah,
Called
you
it, bro.
did.
He
I
called
think
it.
I had
He
Jalen
called it,
Carter.
bro.
I went with the fray.
I think I had Will Anderson on mine.
Yeah,
I think that's what I had on mine. Yeah.
So it's just guesses on their part. I don't know if you can call a hypothesis, educational guess or not, but it's just really just guesses. We'll know the real when Ryan Poles and make a couple moves this offseason, or we get all the way to the draft and he drafts the number 1 pick.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
For sure. Me, I think there is a possibility. You know, it's gonna definitely have to be some conversations that you talk about. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to what can you get back if you trade Justin Fields? What's going to happen if you keep Justin Fields? Do you go ahead and select Caleb Williams? How can you build that? It's going to be a lot of things. I think right now everything is on the table because as you said it early on in this stream, Haize, the questions are still out on Justin Fields. The questions are still out. And if we asking them, you know that the front office is asking the same questions as well. And I understand that they talked about continuity and keeping things together and, you know, moving things in the right direction. We don't really know if that continuity includes the quarterback. They might say, hey, the infrastructure is good. Our coaches are good. We building and we moving upwards to build out our staff to make sure our players are good. But I don't know if they have the mindset that most of us have. We're like, hey, build this thing out. And if all things go wrong, then you could just replace somebody in there because, hey, we seen it. Tua, he was solid all season, at least for the most part. When it was, I can get my timing and things like that. But when against the best teams and the circumstances changed when it comes to climbing and all that, he didn't have the arm strength to get it done. He didn't.
So,
even with one of the greatest coaches who was setting up things for him, they got killed yesterday.
Yeah. So I was talking to Tony Gill, and he made a comparison that blew my mind. And I want everybody, because you're going to say it's crazy. And I did too. And then I had to go and look at it. When you look at tape of Caleb Williams and go to this quarterback when he was young, is Caleb Williams not a more athletic, with a bit, maybe the same arm strength, more accurate, but is he not just a black, more athletic Jay Cutler? Really look at the tape on that.
That way.
I just watched
the tape on that.
I didn't see Jay Cutler, but that comparison can be drawn.
In the sense of he's a gunner, and there's going to be some times where his accuracy is on point. And there's absolutely going to be some times where his aggressiveness throwing is going to immediately throw you out of some games.
Oh, he's a gunslinger.
He's a
gunslinger. He's Brett Favre type ass.
And keep in mind, look at how Caleb Williams has had against the closest to NFL level defenses at the collegiate level. Listen, like I said, my immediate response when I heard there was no fucking way. And then I sat there and I was like, there's a little bit to that. It's not one for one, but there's a little bit to that.
It definitely is a little bit to that. And that honestly is a solid comparison because like that when you watch the Notre Dame game at the start of the game, he was able to chip away. But once those, things got a little tight and moments mattered a little bit more, he was trying to force some things and they went the wrong way for him. That's just one example. You could point out plenty more, but I could see the comparison. Not gonna lie, I really got to look out when I go watch some more.
I'm just it's just, like I said, it was just something that I was like, come on, that's in a sense I can understand where it's coming from with that. That's all I'm gonna say on that.
It's hard to put my brain around it a little bit, but I do understand it. He's over. What can I say? He's a gunslinger to the highest degree. He wants to make the play at all costs. He's willing to put himself on the line to make a play. But when the going gets tough, like nephew said, when you play when the Bears play the Packers in the Super Bowl, and not in the Super Bowl, but in the NFC Championship game, you kind of flame out a little bit. It is a kind of a bit of correlation. I definitely got to do a bit more research and check it out. But yeah, that kind of makes sense. Okay.
That makes sense. Mean, it's just something, it gives you food for thought. Now, One of the things that we also, everybody's making the conversation of what the Bears are going to do with the number one overall pick, things like that. People forget Stroud didn't want to come to Chicago. Well, he didn't want to come to Chicago because Justin Fields, his boy, was here. Like,
Yeah, that's
let's
why
be
he
clear
said
on
that.
Yeah, that's why he said that. He said, I know I want my own team. That's Justin Fields' team. So,
Yeah.
Another super chat.
Haize, I would love to have a roast session with you. You're fucking hilarious, but on the real, KW and Ryan Poles are going to be more involved, so we're going to get a good vet OC and a young, smart DC under Flus. Well, keep in mind, some of the OCs that they're looking at are young too. What, two of them are like younger than 37. So I wouldn't say that it's necessarily we're going to get an old OC there either. I don't care. Make the right choice. I don't even care if you get somebody that I don't fucking know. If they end up being the right choice and you've done your research, I'll shut the fuck up once they start winning. That's it.
Yeah.
Once they start winning, I'll shut the fuck up again. That's all it comes down to.
This is Chicago Bears. This is not the Justin Fields or nothing like that. This is Chicago Bears.
Let's be clear here. I don't wear it. You ain't seen me in a Justin Fields nothing. The name across this chest and the logo on this hat every single day is Chicago Bears.
For real.
That's what it comes down to. Whatever is going to get us to the point of winning. I don't give a damn. You can go back and dig up the goddamn carcass of I don't even know who. If that's going to get us some wins, the first zombie quarterback, I'm all for it. That's it. That's all I care about. Get us to get win.
I am going for Justin Fields to stay, but
that's fair, right?
And let's be clear. Caleb is hella talented.
Oh,
and all the things,
talented.
And all the things in most of those games weren't on him. But we already know when the team wins, the quarterback gets praised. When the team loses, the quarterback gets criticized. I just want to put that out there for the people because them pre-snap penalties from that offensive line all season, it was bad.
Yeah, it was struggle. It was a struggle. Like, and that's at the end of the day, and that's what I always say. Like, I may have the players that I like and I would love to see stay on this team and think like, hell, we started off last season said, hey, pay that man when it came to Roquan Smith. The motherfucker gone now. And listen, I like what we have here at the linebacker position. So it really comes down to just make the decision, whether it's tough, whether I agree with it initially or not. That don't matter. Don't make a decision for me or what the fans are going to agree with or disagree. Right. Make the decision that's going to make the Chicago Bears a winning franchise. And guess what? Even if you have your Justin Fields fans that say, if they give up on Justin, I'm out. I've seen you guys say that. If they give up on Justin and the new quarterback who comes in wins the Chicago Bears football games when we going on playoff runs, y'all gonna shut the fuck
right
up.
There cheering just like we is.
You're gonna be right there. You're gonna be right there.
Y'all gonna be right here tuned in on the live call.
Exactly. That's all that at the end of the day, when we talk about the players that we like, that's because as fans of the team, yes, we're going to have players that we're like. That's not the people who use that when you say something positive about, oh, you're Justin Stans. You shut the fuck up. You're gonna have a fan, you're gonna be a fan of people on your team. But guess what? We all hated to see David Montgomery go. When's the last time we fucking brought up David Montgomery's name?
Oh, that's a good point. That went crazy drip.
Y'all gotta stop painting shit with these fucking over the top ass black and white fucking conversation. That just shows you guys are remedial as fucking you're thinking. Yeah. You can be a fan of a player and want and say, I would love to see this player thrive here on the Chicago Bears, but make no mistake about it. Get the Bears to be winning. If you make that decision and we win, everybody's gonna ride with you. That's it. That's it. There are people who say Michael Jordan was just an empty calorie scorer the first 3 years of his career. Yep. I bet you them same motherfuckers the same. 6 championships. Shut the fuck up.
Greatest ever to go.
Exactly.
Know.
Like, what we doing?
You already know. It's crazy.
That was a great point with Monty. Absolutely. That's what I can remember the live we had when he when he signed with the Lions. It was really divisive up in the chat. They was like, man, Monty, the Bears bogus. Oh, I don't want to watch the Bears no more and all this other shit. I'm like, damn. Fuck Monty. His Bears right now. He gone. Fuck
That's
him.
how you feel about Khalil Herbert now. Ask C-Dub to talk about Khalil Herbert. You be like, wait, does he suck and I miss something?
Right. Hey, one of them probably gotta go, bro. And it might be Herbert. It might be him.
Yeah, man. Yeah. But what do you guys think is the chance that we take a quarterback and we actually, because a lot of people think you take a quarterback, then you trade Fields. Do you think there's a possibility that the Bears, and not necessarily number one overall, but do you think there's a chance that the Bears do take a quarterback and hold on to Fields for another year? What do you guys think? You think it has to come with a hard line? If you take a quarterback, Fields has to go.
And who we got? We got got your boy Tyson Bagent. He's probably the only one. I think Peterman, they probably cut or waive him. I think it's possible.
He'll come back
Absolutely.
5 more times.
Yeah,
Peterman
he
can
on the
come back
practice
5 more
squad and
times,
shit.
bro.
He's like Freddy
Yeah.
Krueger. He just keep popping up every other fucking week. Look, I wouldn't be opposed to getting the quarterback second, third round. I think it's okay. I don't think it's a problem with that if you keep Justin Fields just to have something in the chamber. I'm not mad at that at all. And the
Hey.
Bears might do that, to tell you the truth. You got the kid from LSU. He might drop down to the second round if we can get us a second round pick, and I think we can if we trade down. That guy might drop to the second round, and he was absolutely fantastic in college this season. You know what can happen, so I think it's a good idea if the Bears.
Yeah, I say you don't never know. Hey, if you bringing in extra competition for Braxton Jones and you got questions about him, we still got questions about Fields. So why not? You know what I'm saying? But you do have to make that decision, and you hope that the guy that if he does stick around, he can rise to the occasion and say, "Hell no, this is my job. You're gonna have to trade this backup," or he can falter, and that's just what it is. Like it's a production based league. If you're not producing in any business, if Chicago Bears Hitcher wasn't producing, y'all will be on another channel. If we just posted one video a month, you'll be like, I'm not supporting this shit. Like, no, you gotta. It's a production-based business, and you got to put in the work. So I wouldn't be mad at it, but you do got to make a decision. Like Haize said, you have to.
I just don't think that Justin and Caleb on the same team at work. I see the chats in the
Yeah,
comments. You can't have both
That's
of
why I
them
said
again.
another get because listen.
Not
First
Caleb
of all,
and Justin. No.
No, you cannot.
You can only have so much sassiness at one position. Bro. I love Justin, but Justin is sassy motherfucker, bro. Caleb sassy too. You can't have too much sassiness at the same time in the same area,
bro. Do you?
That's why Kanye and Drake fall out every 6 months. You can only have so much sassiness, bro.
Could you imagine the media if it's Justin Fields and Caleb Williams?
What? Oh yeah.
Oh my
bro,
god.
Yeah,
crazy,
it's
man.
rap.
I don't know how the hell Justin Fields can even breathe.
Plus, hey, listen. Do y'all think that Caleb Williams would cry after losing to the Packers? I think he cried. He still may take him.
I think
He
he
bet not.
He paint his fingernails. Shit.
Hey, we taking him to the King Von mural, C-Dub. You see that building right there? That old block. It ain't really a block, it's just a big ass complex. But that's old block.
A big ass project.
Wow. We taking them to
videos on YouTube.
to O Block, K Town, Lakeside, C-Dub.
Oh my Jesus.
We taking
That's crazy.
He gonna know. Hey, this the trenches.
That's
you gotta
crazy.
We gotta get it up out of them, nephew. We gotta get it out of them. All that California shit. We gotta knock it out.
Just drop him off for O Block for 2 hours and be like, we'll be back in 2 hours.
For real.
Oh, bro.
That man will come out a changed man.
Changed
man. He gonna have tattoos on his face and everything. He gonna grow whole entire dreadlocks in the 2 hours you gone.
Hey,
bro. It's gonna be
it's
done.
crazy. I'm chilling with my youngest.
You funny as hell.
Oh man, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy. How the hell we get here? Oh my God. I don't even know what the hell we're talking about at this point anymore, man. That's funny.
Man.
It's coming, man. Well, y'all thinking they gonna make a decision on trading that number 1 pick or keeping it way before the draft comes, or we gonna wait until the draft gets here to find out?
I think this is gonna be a year where if they do trade it before the draft, if they trade it before the draft, they getting a hell of a haul back. I'm talking about we're gonna be looking, being like, we got 3 first-round picks out of this bitch.
I think so.
Like, but I think other than that, a deal that large comes, or it's gonna be maybe a day before the day of draft situation.
Yeah, I think it's crazy. We seen a trade last year happen March 10th. Oh, I think it's going way beyond that. Not gonna lie to you, because if it people gonna get desperate. People will get desperate the closer you get, and you might be able to get you a haul that's better than what you got last season. Just saying.
That was some haul though, nephew. That was some haul last year, bro.
Yeah.
The biggest fleece of the year, I'm gonna say.
Bro, that was
Man.
That was a
that was
fleece.
crazy. I say trade the pick, build the team, grab Penix or Daniels as insurance. That's probably going to fall out of the first round. Be like 49ers and build. That is a potential. I talked about that on the daily at some point.
Yep.
I didn't talk about Penix, but I did talk about this week that they could do something outside the box and say, hey, JJ McCarthy, you are him. We drafted you as a backup. Like it could be something like
They
that.
And
just
that's what
called
his
you the
ass gonna be.
Draymond Green, the podcast.
I'm out of Draymond Green block. I don't even know what that means.
Come with the receipts, Dion. We need to see. What up,
Yeah.
Coach T?
Coach T in the building.
Man, they funny, bro.
What the hell is the Draymond Green of podcasting?
We need reasons on that one.
Listen, Draymond don't put up stats, nigga. I dropped over 100 videos in a month. Like, you check yourself.
Talk to him,
Check
Drill.
yourself. Check yourself.
Talk to him,
Check
Drill.
yourself. Now I'm waiting to how he follows up because he about to get flamed if he don't come correct. We'll wait to see his follow up. Yeah, I've been on one all day long, bro. I'll be on one all day, or you better come correct. Come correct.
That is
Come
Dion.
correct.
That's our boy right now.
Okay. All right. First, and I know you ain't calling me old with this old geezer here on the left of me. Like, hey, what are we talking about?
I'm not that old, guys.
Yeah.
First of all, that weak ass beard. What we doing, bro?
Yeah,
What
you talking about
you want to go beard for beard,
bro? Because he was born with a beard and shit. This
I will
motherfucker
not
born
You
with a
want
beard.
this because you
talking
was
about my beard.
go ahead, my nigga.
I will not insert myself into this conversation.
He been trying.
Bobby
nephew
can't
been
grow facial
trying.
hair, man.
I got a little, a little fur. We got a little fur, but that shit don't do nothing.
Like, niggas can't grow beard.
They said funny, man. All right, what's anything left, fellas, man?
Oh no, we straight, man. Just keep locking in and tuning in. Chicago Bears Central is killing it. We appreciate you guys. We on our road to 12K. Let's get there in like a month or something, guys. Tell your mamas, tell your mama's mama, and tell your buddies and shit. And also, we trying to get to 1,000 on TikTok. Go on. I know a lot of y'all ain't following us on TikTok. Get over there and follow us on TikTok, bro. Y'all bogus.
We over 800 now on TikTok.
We
It's
are
crazy.
820. Whoa,
That's
dripping,
crazy.
killing it. God damn it.
Never know. We might go do a giveaway. I ain't gonna lie to you. But hey,
Hey, listen. Last time, what did we give away? Hats.
we gave
Come
away
on.
5 hats on draft night.
5 hats.
On
5 of them.
live. We gave
We
away
like, all right,
live.
Send it
We
in.
gonna
I
figure
got
something out. We got to do
On
something
the way.
different this time. We got to do something different. Bro.
Hey,
We
I
gonna
would
put
just
our
say,
heads
Bears
together.
fans, buckle up. Hey, it's gonna be a lot of conversations. Don't get in this back and forth shit, and let's just see what the hell the organization is gonna do and hope that it's for the betterment of the team. Regardless if you a Fields guy or not, support the team because that's who the hell gonna be rocking years and years down the road.
Yeah.
Chicago Bears. We Chicago Bears fans first, and these front office got to give us a good product. So rock with the gang right here. We're gonna keep it real, we're gonna keep it funky, and we're gonna keep chugging. Let's go.
Hold on, pause. Because we got a disciple of a bitch ass nigga named Ghost of Judah in here. Ravi, first of all, your name ain't even real, bro. Like how your name short for ravioli, bro. We are Bears fans first. Unlike yo dumbass who sits there and disciples after a man who can't even get over 1,000 subscribers after being on YouTube for 7 years. We've been doing this shit for a year and a half.
Yeah.
Watch yourself. Watch yourself, Ravioli. Go and get yourself some
Not
real man's
ravioli.
business in this bitch. Come on, Ravioli. Go out there and get yourself some real man's business. Because all you doing sitting here is gobbling the balls of a fake ass Bears fan. Now, if you got something else to say, shut up before I fuck your mama's throat. Peace, y'all.
That's